Good morning, students of class 3. So, today we are starting the third lesson, that is hardware and software. Okay, so in this lesson, we'll see what is hardware and software, what are the input and output devices, processing devices, and storage devices. Okay, and as well as the software system and application software. So, let us start with the first hardware. So you might have heard about the term hardware and software earlier also in terms of computer. So what are actually hardware? The physical components or parts of the computer that you can see or touch. That means you are able to see as well as you can touch with your hands and feel. Those are known as hardware. So computer hardware is actually divided into these parts. Okay, input devices, processing devices, and output devices. So input devices like keyboard, you have the keyboard and mouse. Monitor is the output devices. CPU is a processing device. Okay, CPU, central processing unit, is a processing device. Printer is the output device. So these are basically the hardware of the computers, and the computer hardware are categorized into three parts: input, processing, and output devices. Now let us see first of all the input devices. So these are the input devices, all given in the page number 22 of your book: monitor, speakers, printer, etc., scanner, headphone, okay, pen drive. These are all these are all hardware. Okay, these are all hardware. Here some are input devices, some are output devices. This is input, this is output device. Speaker is output device. CPU is a processing device. Webcam is the input device. Okay, so these are computer output hardware devices. From here we have to categorize the select the input devices. So first of all we come to the input devices. Like for example, you have the keyboard, mouse, scanner, webcam, etc. Microphone. So like here I am recording the video with the help of microphone, okay, and giving instructions with the help of mouse here in the computer so that I can record the video. So what are input devices? What are the purpose of input devices? Devices that are used to input data and instructions into the computer are known as input devices. Devices that are used to input data, so where you are giving instructions, data, any form of data like alphabets, numbers, okay, like clicking, okay, of the mouse, etc. And instructions means the orders which are given to the computer. So with which type of device you can give these instructions or data into the computer? Those are input devices with the help of keyboard, mouse, scanner. Okay, so they are called input devices. So here these are the examples of input devices. Okay, then we go to the processing device. So processing device, what are processing device? Device which processes the data given by the user is known as processing device or simply a processor. So whatever instructions you are giving with the help of keyboard, mouse, microphone, etc. has to be processed by the computer. So the computer process, that means it calculates, okay, inside the brain of the computer. That is called the processing device, or simply we call it as a processor. The full name is Central Processing Unit. So CPU is the main processing device. It looks like this. Okay, it is divided into memory unit, control unit, and arithmetic and logical unit. So input device goes into the CPU. This is the cabinet, the big black box of the computer. So input device, with the help of keyboard and mouse, instructions are given to the CPU, and after the computer process it here in the CPU, everything is processed here in the CPU, then the output is given through the with the help of output device like the monitor or printer. Okay, that is the use of processing device, CPU. Now CPU is divided into these three parts: arithmetic, and logical unit ALU, control unit called the CU, and the memory unit called the MU. Okay, now what are these? First of all, we go to arithmetic and logical unit. Any kind of mathematical operations which involves calculations, okay, or comparisons, all are done with the help of ALU inside the CPU. If you are calculating, if you are telling the computer to add two numbers, so addition of two numbers will be calculated in the ALU of chamber of the, it will be calculated here in this chamber of the CPU. Okay, so ALU gives the mathematical answers, okay, of the uh, instructions given in the computer. Then comes CU, full form is control unit. Remember that all the full forms. Control unit controls the flow of data. What does it means? Whatever data is flowing, like here input to the CPU, then CPU to the output, okay, and between the memory unit and the control unit, it is, see, with the help of arrows, control unit to arithmetic unit, arithmetic to control unit, and so on. So this controlling, this every parts of the computer, all the parts of the computer are controlled, like the mouse, keyboard, etc., speaker, printer, monitor, everything are controlled by this control unit called CU. You can say it is the manager of the computer system. Okay, it likes acts as the manager of the computer system. Next come is the memory unit. What is memory unit? Memory, you know, I think you are well aware that what is memory. Memory means your storage capacity. Like your brain, you have a certain memory, okay? Some person remember more, some person remember less. Now the similarly, like people have a memory, a brain. Similarly, a computer also has a memory. Memory is used for storing of the data. Like you learn answers, and the answers are stored in your brain. Similarly, whenever you save a file, whenever you are doing some calculation, and that thing is saving in the computer, okay, in this in one part of the computer, that part is called the memory part of the computer. Okay, so there are different memory or storage devices in the computer. We'll discuss in this section. One is primary memory, another one is secondary memory. Two types of memory are there. Okay, so computer memory is divided into two parts. Remember that one is called the primary memory, that is called main memory. Primary means main memory, and one other one is called the secondary memory. This is the first, this is second. Okay, this is the important part of the memory, that is main memory, primary memory. And primary memory are divided into two part. One is random access memory, another one is read only memory. Full form is read only memory, that is ROM. RAM is random access memory. So this green one is the RAM, random access memory. This one is, this green one is the random access memory, and the read only memory is the, this black color chip is called the read only memory. It is fitted inside the computer, and both are called the main memory or storage of the computer. Okay, so it is found inside the computer. Remember that it is fixed inside the CPU box, that big black box, it is fixed inside that one, very small, these two. So what, so we'll continue the remaining part in the second video. Okay, so till now we finished this part, and RAM and ROM we'll discuss in the next video. Thank you.